That's so good. And since you brought it up, coaches and mentorship is obviously a big topic today, and it's a huge impact on, I'm sure, your life and my life as well. So I'd love to hear, Julie, how you go about picking a mentor and a coach, and for somebody that might be listening that is standoffish about the idea of having a mentor or a coach, just your experience with it and the growth that has happened as a result.
All right. So I would say my life is a 180-degree difference with my faith. And then with the addition of coaching, it just catapulted my life.
Wow.
And if you're, I had to kind of work through this. For me, it was like, how does this line up spiritually for me? Does this align with my values and stuff? Because I just really wanted to make sure I wasn't getting pulled away. Talk about shiny object syndrome. Right. I didn't want to get pulled away into some like woo world where, next thing you know, I'm doing things that really don't align with my heart. And so that was a concern for me, maybe for some of your listeners. But pursuing that path of coaching, it just opened my life to a whole new way, a dimension that I didn't know existed about myself, and actually discovering, uncovering, and activating really the calling that God put in my life. Wow. So it gave me that courage. So, I mean, God already creates us with all of this amazingness, this gift, this purpose, this everything that's unique to us. I was just telling my son that this morning on the way to school. I'm like, you are uniquely created. And even if you say it the same way, like you're not going to say something the same way as someone else. You can talk on the same topic. And so like really learning how to activate that gift into the world, there isn't anything better, but most of us don't know how to go about doing that. Most of us doubt. And I've said this, so if you've heard me say this, I'm sorry. But I say it often, and that is that our biggest gifts that we have, our biggest contribution that God's entrusted us with is usually the rawest, messiest, like tapped down thing in our life.
Yep.
Right. So like whatever it is that you kind of got smothered with, where you were corrected by your parents and the adults around you when you were a kid, that's probably your inner gift that God gave you, but it's such raw, nasty material in kids that, the adults are like, and so through coaching and mentoring, I learned, this is how I use that. And this is how I use this for really powerful good.
Amen. And
I can go on, so I'm sorry, Chris.
No.
I
love it.
You're going to have to shut me up along the way, probably.
I love it. Please. The more talking you do, the better for me, because
you're like, the less I have to do. Those are my favorite guests.
But I will say, you bring it up. For me, I mean, personally, I've talked a lot about the rebellious spirit. And I think some entrepreneurs, myself included, can be rebellious in nature, right? We don't like to always go with the flow. And that's something that I see from my past, and God has kind of used that, or I'm attempting to use that for good as he is calling us to. So there are bad, quote unquote, bad qualities that might be shoved down in your youth, like you're saying, that if used correctly and used for a higher purpose can bring great opportunity. So I love the way that you said it, and